Hello and welcome to the news on NTA International. You can watch these news on Vision TV 247 and other social media platforms displayed on your screen. I am Olajide Bello. First, the headlines. Activities marking 1 year in office begin. President Tinubu flags off Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, affirming that the dream is bold and realizable. Normalcy returns to train service along Kaduna-Rigasa and Idu after the train derailment halfway into the nation's capital this Sunday. Plus, 7 newborns die in Delhi hospital fire. President Tinubu, who expressed happiness on the project, affirmed that the dream is bold and realizable. He said the 700 kilometers Lagos-Calabar road will bring in more economic opportunities to millions of people. The project is a symbol of hope, creating opportunities for the people and prosperity for the nation. He promised that the federal government will protect the shoreline in the country.
The dream is realizable. Set on a journey determined to build a nation of prosperity. Embark on bold endeavor so that your country can be successful. Generations yet unborn can have a good landmark and memory to treasure.
Earlier, the Minister of Works, David Umahi, enumerated the interventions of the federal government geared towards improving road infrastructure across the country. Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road is designed to connect Lagos to Cross River, passing through Ogun, Ondo, Delta, Bayelsa, Rivers and Akwa Ibom states before culminating in Cross River State. The Ministers of Youth from the Developing Aid Organization for Economic Cooperation, popularly known as D8, have established the D8 Youth Council. The youth ministers of D8 took the decision at their first ministerial meeting held in Dhaka, Bangladesh. The meeting also agreed that the first D8 Youth Council will be hosted by Bangladesh government in Dhaka. The delegates also agreed on the draft constitution for establishing the D8 Youth Council, with the provision that states should work together with Bangladesh to perfect the constitution. The meeting, chaired by the Minister of Youth and Sport of Bangladesh, Namzul Hassan, also issued the Dhaka Declaration on Youth 2024. The declaration encompasses programs and activities to be organized by the member states to mainstream youth empowerment within the D8 framework. Youth exchange program is equally embedded in the action plan. Seven newly born babies died after a fire broke out in a baby care center in Delhi's Shadara, police said. A Deputy Commissioner of Police, Shadara Surendra, said that around 11 p.m. a police control room (PCR) call regarding a fire at a baby care newborn hospital was received at Vivek Vihar police station, following which a police team rushed to the spot. Upon reaching the spot, the fire had engulfed the hospital and its adjacent building. In the hospital, there were 12 newborn babies admitted, and one was already dead before the fire incident. All the 12 newborn babies were rescued from the hospital with the help of other people and shifted to East Delhi Advanced Hospital for treatment. 7 dead bodies have been further shifted to GTB Hospital for postmortem. Appropriate legal action has been taken against the owner of the hospital. The International Organization for Migration has increased its estimate of death toll from a massive landslide in Papua New Guinea to more than 670. Seran Aktoprak, the chief of the United Nations Agency's mission in the South Pacific Island nation, said, and the revised death toll was based on calculations by Mbale village and Enga provincial officials that more than 150 homes had been buried by a landslide. Damage to infrastructure also made it more difficult for rescue and relief efforts to reach the area. Main roads has also been cut off by about 200 meters, hampering relief. The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemi has dragged the Attorneys General and Commissioners of Justice of the 36 states of the Federation before the Supreme Court over alleged lack of emplacing democratic governance at the third tier of government. Lateef Fagbemi SAN, on behalf of the federal government, instituted the action against the 36 states primarily seeking for autonomy for local governments as third tier of government in country as provided for in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended. The Attorney General of the Federation, as the Chief Law Officer of Nigeria, is praying to the Apex Court for an order prohibiting state governors from unilateral, arbitrary and unlawful dissolution of democratically elected local government leaders for local government. In the suit, Lateef Fagbemi SAN is also praying at the Supreme Court for an order permitting the funds standing in the credits of local government to be directly channeled to them from the Federation account in line with the provisions of the Constitution as against the alleged unlawful joint accounts created by governors. The Supreme Court has fixed Thursday, May 30, 2024 for hearing of the suit. The Primate of the Church of Nigeria, Anglican Communion, and Most Reverend Henry Ndukuba wants Nigerians to be patient with the federal government as the current administration commemorates its first anniversary. Ndukuba, who was speaking after an engagement in Abuja, says government is on track and it will take the support of all to reach the desired goals.
Though it has not been easy, and some things have not been brought under control, but we are going in a very good direction. So the troubles and problems of the last 30 years cannot be corrected in 1 year. And so I still plead with Nigerians to still let every hand be on deck. Let us work together to salvage this nation.
It also urges Nigerians to close ranks in spite of diversity and work together for the common good of the nation.
Unity, with the concern for one another, in love, bearing one another, respecting one another, honoring one another, recognizing the good in each other and every part of this country. The diversity in our nation is not meant to destroy us. It is meant to unite us.
The current administration will be 1 year old on Wednesday, May 29th. The need to reflect on the past, assess the present and share a common vision for the future of health insurance in Nigeria brought together stakeholders from the National Health Insurance Authority, the Nigerian Universal Health Coverage Forum, and USAID Local Health System Sustainability Project in Abuja. Uche Ogochukwu reports that this is geared towards ensuring accessible, affordable and quality healthcare for all Nigerians.
With the provision of the mandatory health insurance and establishment of the Vulnerable Group Fund, NTAi became a promoter, integrator and regulator of all health insurance schemes in Nigeria. How well has it fared 2 years after the upgrade?
Today, we have about 9.6 million Nigerians registered from 36 states and FCT.
It's time for us to begin to translate the collective wisdom that we've garnered, the collective knowledge that you have been generous to us in sharing, into an articulated path forward where we'll begin to address some of the things.
Success stories notwithstanding, Key players cite hindrances to implementation and the gap of access to healthcare persists.
Implementation has always been our challenge in Nigeria.
Financial risk protection is central to achievement of UHC in any country, and for our country, Nigeria, where as at today, out-of-pocket expenditure is still at 76%.
I implore all stakeholders to remain steadfast in our collective goals to embrace innovative solutions that can enhance our health insurance framework.
The forum is optimistic that more awareness on the scheme, investments and partnerships will liberate Nigerians from the negative consequences of out-of-pocket spending for basic health care. Uche Ugochukwu, NTA News.
Away from health, normalcy has since returned to the train services along Kaduna-Rigasa and Idu after the train derailment halfway into the nation's capital this Sunday. On board the train were passengers who departed Kaduna about 8:05 a.m., but their train derailed at Jere about an hour later. The Deputy Director of Public Relations, Yakub Mahmoud, says all the passengers on board the Kaduna-Abuja arrived at their destination safely. He said that a team of engineers are already at the site to restore the affected location while regretting any inconveniences to the affected passengers. The corporation assures rail passengers of efforts being made to always ensure their safety and comfort. Meanwhile, normal passenger services continue along the Abuja-Kaduna route. A 48-year-old Paris-bound passenger was apprehended at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, by National Drug Law Enforcement Agency NTAi. The suspect, who claimed that he is a professional footballer in Europe, was arrested on Tuesday, 21st May, after a body scan confirmed he ingested illicit drugs. He was taken into custody, where he excreted a total of 111 pellets of cocaine that weighed 1.603 kilograms over a period of 3 days. In a related development, NDLEA operatives at the narco export shed of the Lagos airport have arrested a freight agent over her alleged attempt to cargo 8 parcels of cocaine weighing 2 kg concealed in 3 out of 6 paint buckets containing shea butter package for export to the United Kingdom on Wednesday, 22nd May. In Edo State, operatives arrested a physically challenged who is alleged to be a notorious drug dealer at Auchi Town on Wednesday, 22nd May. He was found with 751 grams of loud, 178 grams of tramadol, and pills of spinol. Other suspected illicit drugs traffickers were also nabbed at various locations in Cross River, Katsina, and Edo State. "33 community interest groups, majorly farmers from Doma and total local government areas of Nasarawa State, have been presented with the opportunity to evolve their means of livelihoods with the World Bank's Community Revolving Fund targeted at building community climate resilience, smart and sustainable agricultural practices." Charles Alpha reports.
33 community interest groups with 620 beneficiaries, comprising 267 males and 253 females from 10 communities in Doma and Toto, were the lucky farmers in the first Community Revolving Fund launched here in Nasarawa State by the Agro-Climatic Resilience in Semi-Arid Landscapes, a World Bank-assisted project under the Federal Ministry of Environment. The governor of Nasarawa State, Abdullahi Sule, the World Bank and Acrisel officials presented a $25,000 check each, amounting to $250,000 to the beneficiaries.
I'm going to farm with it. I'm going to produce rice so that I will feed the Nasarawa State and Nigeria as well.
I wish to thank the effort of Acrisel Task Team, the Federal Project Management Unit, for their interest and commitment to which culminated into the selection of Nasarawa Acrisel to be part of the 8 piloting states.
Today we're gathered here to intervene financially to strengthen communities.
The funding that you receive today will help you to improve your livelihood, will help to restore land.
This money is actually meant for the poorest of the poor.
We are rehabilitating of this land, but the next step is to support the population.
The hybrid implementation support mission to Nasarawa had earlier visited the Andoma of Doma Amadou Aliyu, where the ACRISOL and World Bank team were conferred various chieftaincy titles. Charles Alpha, NTA News.
It's time for a break. The news in NTA International continues in a moment. Do stay with us. Thanks for being there. Promotion of traditions and positive values, custodians of culture insist, is the only way to preserve our cultural identities for the sake of posterity. Elizabeth Omori reports that this was the message at a forum to commemorate the 2024 International Day of Museums, where papers presented highlighted the importance of museums for education and research.
Museums, historians say, raise awareness, foster understanding, and aid appreciation of diverse cultures. These objectives informed the annual celebration of the International Day of Museum, and Nigeria is committed to this. This year's celebration focuses on education and research, emphasizing the crucial role of cultural institutions in delivering a comprehensive educational experience for the younger generation.
Tell us more story about our forefathers, how they dress.
So with digitization, we started 3D scanning of a lot of the artifacts. What that does is it allows you to basically experience an object anywhere in the world.
The Sape of Garki, who reiterated the need for parents and educational institutions to instill morals in the youth, noted that social vices can be curbed when the right values are taught.
The government of the day must try all her possible to discourage some of this culture that are being copied.
For speakers, the promotion of local languages from cradle and instilling of virtues of tolerance and respect are key. Elizabeth Omori, NTA News.
Although political campaigns offer candidates and political parties the opportunity to present their pedigrees, manifestos and agenda to the electorate, there are indications that politicians often deviate from the tenets of political campaign during electioneering. To ensure that politicians play according to the rules while campaigning for the 2024 Edo governorship election, Judah Bugu takes a look at what should constitute campaign messages.
Campaign strategies such as jingles, slogans, posters, billboards, rallies and debates have over time proved effective in mobilizing support for candidates during electioneering. This explains their widespread utilization by politicians world over. In Nigeria and some other countries, abusive languages, name-calling, hate speech and disinformation usually manifest during campaigns.
Someone must look inward to know what is right to especially the publican, that is the citizens.
When you engage in issues-based campaign, you find out that there will be no violence, and all the parties will speak to the issues. What do you want to do for the people?
Respondents advocate for a more purposeful campaign messages that address public needs ahead of September 21 governorship election in Edo State.
When you go out there to campaign for your candidates, what your candidate can bring to the table.
Campaign should not be all about physical attack on one another, because at the end of the day, we are all working towards one goal, to produce a government that will ensure transformation.
It shouldn't be like those days where we have a campaign all about antagonizing one political party or the other, antagonizing your opponent.
They reminded politicians that beyond political divides and affiliations, they are all brothers and sisters working for the good of the states. In Benin, Jude Abugu, NTA News.
Governors of the North Central Zone have resolved to work in unity to promote the economic prosperity of the zone. This was one of the resolutions reached at the end of its meeting with stakeholders in Lafia. Aliu Tijani reports that the Secretary to the Government of the Federation and National Chairman of the APC were also in attendance.
All governors from the North Central Zone, National Chairman of APC Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, his predecessor Senator Abdullahi Adamu, among other stakeholders converge on Lafia. The meeting is to promote unity and peaceful coexistence in the zone, as well as strengthen the ideals of APC in the zone. Issues of insecurity, flooding, boosting agricultural activities, and economy of the zone top agenda at the meeting. The governors acknowledge relative peace in the zone, but say a lot need to be done by security agencies to enable farmers return to farm as rainy season sets in. Also, the governors proposed the creation of North Central Development Commission to drive policies that will boost economy of the zone.
Our challenges can be solved. Most of our challenges can be solved by setting up the North Central Development Commission.
Let us take APC at the grassroots, take APC at the state level, and take APC at the national down to our hearts.
Mr. President has demonstrated an unmatched interest in helping the North Central geopolitical zone.
The elephant in the room of the North Central is the insecurities that is infested so largely.
Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, delivers goodwill message of President Bola Tinubu, who assures of his administration's commitment to roll out projects soon in the zone that will enhance development and improve welfare of the people.
North Central will continue to stand tall within the APC and within the affairs of our country.
National Chairman of APC, former National Chairman of APC, Minister of State for Police Affairs, among other stakeholders, described North Central Zone as strategic to the unity and peaceful of the country, hence the need for the people of the zone to work together.
We believe this will make our party strong, our party will have identity, our party will have a deep philosophy, and our party will have a very deep ideology.
The meeting is expected to be held quarterly to monitor implementation of resolutions. In Lafia, Aliu Tijani, NTA News.
As the airlift of Nigerian intending pilgrims for the 2024 Hajj progresses steadily across the country, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria is reassuring that the exercise will be completed in record time. NACAN's zonal coordinator in Medina, Ibrahim Mahmoud, who gave the assurance while briefing newsmen in the holy city, says the exercise has been smooth and seamless. Correspondent Jamilu Ibrahim reports.
The airlift of the Nigerian intending pilgrims for the 2024 Hajj, which was launched in Kebbi State barely 2 weeks ago, has continued to progress steadily across the country. More than 18,000 of the pilgrims have been so far airlifted to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. About 10,000 of the pilgrims are now in Medina, while the remaining others have been moved to Mecca preparatory to the commencement of this year's Hajj rites.
Total number so far that arrived.
This is the coordinator of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria and Medina, Ibrahim Mahmoud, briefing newsmen shortly after he has convened a critical meeting with some other NAHCON officials and the Islamic scholars to review the exercise and to chart a way forward.
We have been doing our best. Inshallah, and we are also getting cooperation from the Saudi authorities. And so far, we have also been getting cooperation with the pilgrims. So that is what makes our works very smooth and seamless.
The NACON's zonal coordinator, who expressed satisfaction with the conduct of the Nigerian pilgrims so far in Medina, enjoins them to maintain the tempo.
They should not engage in whatever that will tarnish the image of Nigeria, because they are the representative of Nigeria, so they should be law-abiding and good ambassadors.
As more batches of the Nigerian contingent for the 2024 Hajj continue to arrive in Medina, the NAHCON reassured that the airlift of all the prospective pilgrims to the Holy Land would be completed in record time. From the holy city of Medina in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Jamilu Ibrahim, NTA News.